So for today's video, I want to go over 5 basic strategies, 5 basic steps that we use when trying to solve linear equations. I'm going to go over these 5 steps that we have, and then we're going to have one example problem. And then in the next video, we'll have a few more example problems that'll detail how we use these steps. First, I want to talk about exactly what these steps are. So step number 1 is when we have a linear equation where we have one variable on one side, another variable on another side, and an equal sign in the middle, we first want to simplify each side completely. Okay, so we want to simplify the left-hand side into its most basic pieces, and we want to simplify the right-hand side into its most basic pieces. Okay? And then for step number 2, we want to collect all of our variables on one side. Okay, so if we have an x term on the left and an x term on the right, we want to make all of our x terms, our variable terms, either on the left side or the right side. Okay, there's not a specific side you have to put them on, as long as they're on the same side together. You can choose the left or the right. A lot of times it boils down to which one is easier to use. Okay. Step number 3 is similar to the variables. We want to collect all of the constant terms to the other side. Okay. So if we put all of our variables on the left-hand side, for example, then we want to put all of our constant terms, which are the non-variable terms, onto the right-hand side, or vice versa. Okay. Step number 4 is that if there is a coefficient in front of our variable term, we want to divide by the coefficient. So for example, if we have 4x, right? If we have 4x where the coefficient is 4, then we want to divide both sides by 4. So that way we can get down to just one x term. Okay. The last and final step, and you must always do this, is you want to check your solution. Okay. If you don't check the solution to your equation, there's a good chance that you may have done it wrong, and you don't want to leave an incorrect answer, especially when it's in some ways kind of simple to just check your solution. It's a little bit extra work, especially on a test, especially if you're working fast and you don't have a lot of time on your hands. You want to make sure you at least get the problems that you're working on correct. All right, we're going to go over a basic example problem now, where I'm going to detail these 5 steps, and then that'll be it for this video. All right, so the example problem that we have is, we'll start with 4x minus 6 is equal to negative 4x plus 30 minus 1x. Okay. So the first step we need to do is we need to simplify each side completely. On the left-hand side here, I have 4x minus 6. There's nothing I can simplify over there. I have my variable term and a constant term. On the right-hand side, though, I have 2 x terms. I have negative 4x and minus 1x, and then I have the plus 30. So the first thing I can do is I can simplify my x terms on my right-hand side. So I'm simply just going to rewrite the problem I have. 4x minus 6 And then on the right-hand side, minus 4, minus 1 put together gets me a minus 5. So I have minus 5x, and then plus 30. Okay. Now from here, we're going to want to collect all variables on one side. So what that means is we want to make all of our x terms, put them together on one side. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add 5x to both sides. Because I want my variable term to be positive, I might as well do it now. Makes it a little bit simpler. If you put it over to the right-hand side, you would actually have a negative variable term, and then you have to divide by a negative, which isn't impossible, but if it could be avoided, it'd be nice. And so now 4x plus 5x will get me 9x. And then I'm going to have the minus 6. Oops. I need to make sure my x is red. And then I'm going to have the minus 6 left. And I will have the 30 on the other side. Okay. Now on to step 4, step 3, I now need to collect all the constant terms to the other side. So what that means is I'm going to now add 6 and put it onto the right-hand side. So I will have 9x is now equal to 36. All right. Step number 4. Now I have a coefficient in front of my x, which is 9. And so now I need to divide both sides by 9. And so I will be left with x on my left-hand side, and on my right-hand side, 36 divided by 9 is 4. And so that's the answer I have, but I need to make sure that it actually works for my solution. So step number 5 now is you need to check your solution. What that means is you now need to plug in 4 into the original problem we had. So I'm going to rewrite the original problem we had, which is 4x minus 6 is now equal to negative 4 x plus 30 minus 1x. Okay. So I know that x is equal to 4, so I'm going to plug in 4 into all of my equation. Into every spot there's an x, so I'm going to have 4. Should probably do this in white. So we'll have 4 times 4 minus 6 is equal to negative 4 times 4 plus 30 minus 1 times 4. Okay. 4 times 4 is 16 minus 6. That's what I have on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, I have negative 4 times 4 is negative 16 plus 30 minus 4. Okay. Now I need to solve both the left and the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, I have 10. And on the right-hand side, I want to make sure that this also equals 10 on the right-hand side. So negative 16 minus 4 is negative 20. And negative 20 plus 30 is 10. So since both of them are equal to each other, 10 is equal to 10, that means our answer is correct. And so x equals 4 is our answer. Okay.